All right, friends, welcome back to another episode of Pretty Sure I Got This. Today's going to be another short episode. We'll get to longer episodes soon. Don't worry, we got a lot of work to do. We'll do a couple episodes here soon, just kind of listing what I want to do with the interior, what my plans are here, kind of in detail, and then also the mechanical stuff that we got to go through to get this thing running better and lasting a good long time. So today, we got a very important part of the process of making this my own truck. We've got stickers, a couple other assorted decor items. Stickers can be a personal reflection of who you are, or they could just be stuff that your kids threw on the truck when you weren't looking. So we'll see what happens with this. First of all, we got to do an official sticker. Since I live in the great Commonwealth of Virginia, they have property tax on all their vehicles, which is a real pain when you have to pay it. But luckily, it is based on the assessed value of your vehicle. So, when it was my wife's Jeep, that was pretty high. But for this baby, now granted it was only the last month and a half of the year, but the assessed value came in pretty low. So the taxes for this year came to a grand total of, I think it was about $6.50. Anyway, we got this little sticker here we got to put on the windshield because that makes it legal to park in the neighborhood. So we're going to put it right there, and we did clean that window off so that it'll stick real well. But there we go. And we get rid of the temporary one that they give us. And that's one item. Then we added another cup holder over there. This one is working okay. It's still a bit of a space issue. I'll be honest, to put the parking brake on, it's kind of a bit of a pain. There's not a lot of room for your knee. And when you get to be my age, you got to think about those things. And speaking of that, if you're thinking about buying an old truck like this and you want to get an automatic or a manual transmission, make sure your knees are in okay shape, because shifting, if your knee's not in good shape, that can be a problem. So just keep that in mind when you're shopping around. Anyway, we got another cup holder over there. These are not necessarily permanent solutions. I know some people have made some suggestions about what to do for that. These are just to get us through for now. We may come up with something that comes to either down there by the shifter or up here. Problem with up here though, and even down with the shifter, is that sometimes I got my youngest daughter in here and her friends, and we got one of them sitting here in the middle. And so that doesn't leave a lot of space. But for now, we got these cup holders. They work fine. Especially that one over there shouldn't get in the way of anything. They also work. We got a speaker that we can put in here before we fix the stereo. And that is going to be one of the big things we do inside, is replace the stereo, the old stock stereo, with something a little nicer. So that's a little bit on the interior. Then we got another little item we're going to put in. This caused a little bit of controversy at home. We got to add a little hula girl to the dashboard. There were some claims that this is a bit objectifying, that sort of thing. But my wife is Polynesian, so it's representative of her. And so I feel like that's a good tribute to her. She may not agree. So we'll see if this lasts. But so far it's good. Anyway, it adds a little fun to it. So we're going to peel that off the back there and put that girl right up there. I think that should work. Hopefully that'll stay nicely. When we get a new stereo, it's probably going to be one of those that has the touchscreen that sits up here, so that might block it a little bit, but it should be all right. All right, and then we got one last sticker going on the back. This is, the back, there's a lot of space back there on the window for stickers. We're going to start out with a good one. This is Beaver Mountain Ski Area. If y'all ever been out to Utah, this is the place to go. Family owned, run by a kid I went to high school with, his family. And it's a great place. It's a little bit out of the way, but it's worth the extra drive. And they're a little short on snow this year, so if you talk to the man upstairs in charge of the weather, have him send a little snow their way. And they're such good people. I ordered this sticker. They sent me this one as a bonus. So we're going to hang on to that for later. We might put it on the back window too, but we'll see. Anyway, let's go put this out here. Oh, we got a prize spot for it right here on the corner. And again, we took the liberty of cleaning that off. beforehand, so you didn't have to watch that. We're gonna get it all nicely lined up. And that goes right, get it straight, right there. There we go. All right, looks good. Tune in again soon. We'll do some more stuff. Probably do some cleaning inside. And we'll talk to you then. Thanks.